Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Concept Wellbeing, the podcast where the intention is well. My name is Jade.
And I'm Aileen.
And we're your hosts for today's episode. So, today is going to be a continuation of what we were talking about in our previous episode. If you were listening, this is the episode where I was yelling at the ceiling, telling the universe my manifestations and my intentions. So, we are going to be talking about Aileen, what's the name of the book again? My apologies.
It's Your Word is Your Wand.
Your Word is Your Wand by FlorenceScovel. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right. So Aileen sent me the link to it's on Spotify. It's like an audiobook that you can listen to. It's like 1 hour. And so we both listened to it. It was our first time listening to it. I was a little bit scared. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Why were you scared?
I was scared because I was like reading like the description and I was like, is this gonna be like worshipy? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, is this gonna feel like I'm like listening to like what are those people at the front of the church? What is that called? The preacher? I was like, is this gonna be like that? I was a little bit concerned, but I mean, and it did have like a little like it did bring in like religion and stuff like that, but I felt like I was able to kind of like work through that. Like in my head, like I was like, okay, just kind of like take out what they said and replace it with like a general term and it was fine. But like the general message was there, but I was a little bit scared. I was like, ooh, this might be too much for me. What did you think of it?
Well, at first, I think I thought about the same thing. I think they brought in a lot of stuff that I was like referencing, like Bible segments and stuff like that. And I was
Yeah.
like, what? But I think I like the aspect that it gives like a scenario and then it gives you affirmations. And
Yes.
I guess like affirmations are like a big thing. Like you hear them all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think I honestly feel a little uncomfortable about them. I think they're kind of weird. Like, I don't want to stand in front of a mirror and
Do
be like,
you?
yeah, like, I don't want to stand in front of a mirror and be like, Aileen, you're awesome. And like repeat that. That's weird to me, right? But so, and I guess I hadn't done much research about them, right? I
Mm-hmm.
knew like the way you talk about things could have an effect on your life, but I've never really like so what I've been trying to do is really change the way I say things. So I think we joke around a lot, right? At least like and we I guess more other people, not you, because you're more like this is it, I'm make money. You see the M's on my palms of my hands, like
Period.
that's you.
I did, and I meant it too. I dead ass meant it. That's
Exactly.
that Capricorn moon popping out. I was like, yeah, I got to figure out a way to get this money. Didn't even like, no, I was like, it's coming to me. I didn't even say I'm gonna figure it out. I was like, I'm going to have it. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And so now like and so I realized like a lot of the times when someone says something, or you'll tend to kind of dismiss it, right? Like if someone comes up to you, Jade, and they're like, Jade, wow, you have a lot of money. Like I think some people like to be humble and they're like, oh no, like ha ha ha, whatever. You may have a lot of money, right? And or oh Jade, that's such a nice like coat. It must have cost you like hundreds of dollars, right? Or whatever. And you're like, oh no, it wasn't that much, whatever. And maybe it was expensive, right? But different things like that, I think we kind of blow off. Or like, if someone's like comes up to someone like, oh wow, you're so beautiful, like instead of just taking the compliment and saying thank you, like we try to like be more humble and stuff. And it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
like
so I
minimize
think,
it, like where it
yes,
ends up like kind of like almost like depreciating ourselves, where it's like
yes,
to make other people feel comfortable, we'll like say something. And honestly, sometimes I don't think it's to make other people feel comfortable because I mean, if you think about it, they said the compliment, like they see the
right,
material. It's
right,
really like we are uncomfortable with what was said. And so we're minimizing it or like
right, right.
depreciating ourselves. So yeah, I think it's more so like that.
Yeah, and I think sometimes we'll say something, right? And we don't mean it, but we'll say it either we want to be more humble or we feel awkward, whatever it may be, right? It might be like, oh, I'm going to pay this, but, or it might be like, oh, I hate living in this big house because I have to clean. I wish I lived in a smaller house, right? And maybe you don't mean that. You love your house. But for like someone saying that, you're putting it out there that you live in a small house. I think we say things and we don't mean them, and they can actually lead to different things that we don't want, right? Because we might like we can save and we can spend our money in a certain way, right? And say we really want a handbag, right? But then if we're like, oh no, like I don't make enough money for that, or oh no, I'm too poor, I can't afford that, then you're going to be too poor and you can't afford it,
Yeah.
right? And so, anyway, going back to these affirmations and this book, I think is actually, I liked that section that, because sometimes it's like, okay, I don't really know what to say. And I feel like
Mhm.
coming up with them is difficult for me at least, right? I can speak nonsense all the time, but I feel like this kind of legitimate, like makes them more legitimate. And
Yeah.
then you can kind of find the ones that you resonate with and then repeat them. And I'm like, okay, I like that more.
Yes. Did you have any? Okay, so basically, the entire, just a little summary. The entire book was about the importance of the things that you say. They're important and they'll come into, your life, no matter if you meant it or not. And then it gives you affirmations. Did you have any affirmations that you really liked that like stuck out to you?
I hang on, let me turn my flashlight because
Yes, ma'am.
I'm legit in a dark room right now. So the one thing I actually really liked about it is it breaks it up into sections, right? So there's like success, prosperity, happiness.
Yes.
Uh, there's just like different sections. Like there's a section on love, there's a section on marriage, there's a section on forgiveness, and then there's just like words of wisdom. There's another one on faith, and there's some on like loss, on how to deal with that. There's some on debt. Uh,
Debt was interesting. I
it
thought that was very
was.
interesting.
And there's even one on like sales, right? And
Mhm.
guidance, like if you need guidance. So, anyway, there's a bunch of different sections. And what I liked was that it broke it down for you so you could kind of go back and like you can listen to it, you can get the book, right? But you can at least like repeat them. So I'll read you one, right?
Okay.
So this one's out of prosperity. It says, I am fearless in letting money go out, knowing God is my intermediate and endless supply, right? And you can replace, like you said, you didn't want to use the word God, you could replace it with something else, like the universe, right?
Mhm.
But I think this one is interesting because a lot of the times we're scared to spend money because we think it's not going to come back to us.
Right.
So I loved that one. And there's just like, I don't know, I can read you random ones that I wrote down. Like under happiness, my endless good now comes to me in endless ways. Like
Yeah.
usually I'd be like, I'm happy.
Yeah, no, honestly, I was thinking when I was listening to it, I was like, this is so like I was like, I would listen to this audiobook because it was only an hour. I was like, this could be
Right.
like a, you're getting ready in the morning type of situation and you're listening to affirmations. Like it could be like, to me, it felt like that. Like I was like, okay, I could listen to this in the morning time and this would set me right for my affirmations because they were dropping some gems. One of my favorite ones, I thought this one was so cute. I have magical work in a magical way, and I give magical service for magical pay. I was like, that is so cute.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that one was the cutest one ever. And I was like, I would literally, yeah, but like this was like an upgrade to affirmations because I think for the most part, I'm like you, where I'm like, I am happy. But I do like saying affirmations in the morning. Like I wake up, hop up out my bed, turn my swag on, take a look in the mirror and say, what's up? Okay. And then I'm like, Jade, you're hot. you're desirable, you're killing the game, okay? I probably shouldn't say that anymore because now I realize the importance of not saying things that you don't actually mean. But I'm like, you're great, okay? You're so smart and you're so pretty. And when you walk into a room, you're just literally iconic. Like it's like that. But I do a lot of I ams, and I think that I forgot where I learned this, probably on TikTok, to be honest with you. So I don't know how deep this is, but I think I am is like it, like there's different affirmations that go for different chakras. And so, chakras. And so I think I am, I forgot what chakra it's aligned with, but like the higher that you get, I think like you would change the affirmation from like I am to like I understand. And that
Hmm.
one's getting more into like either the crown chakra or the third eye, because that one's like more about like understanding the universe and like knowledge and wisdom. And so yeah, I felt like the affirmations given were like just, they were times 10, they were really good. I like them. I did like there were a couple other ones that I liked. Um I cannot lose anything in which did not belong to me. I really like that
Oh, I
one because
like
it's
that
like
one too.
it just took so much pressure off of situations, and I feel like that goes for anything. Like I can't lose money that didn't belong to me. I can't lose a person that didn't belong to me. I can't lose, you know what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
like anything that I'm like, "Oh my god, I can't believe like that didn't work out." And I know this like from just, you know, having conversations with my spirit guides in Bali. But like things that don't work out for me, they weren't for me. And like that's fine. They weren't meant for me, but it's just nice to know. Like it was just it like
Oh,
cemented it.
100%.
Yeah, we're just like, yeah, it wasn't for me. And so let that one go. I thought that was a good one. Um, I did like the one on debts. And then this one, because I'm delusional. I remember all that I need to remember and forget all that is not good for me. Because one thing that I do like about the brain, because like me and my brain, we be going toe to toe sometimes, but one thing that I do like about the brain is like you can really create whatever story you want in your head. You could retell the story and you could change the entire thing, which I realize sounds crazy, but sometimes it's for the best. Like, I promise you, I'm going to give you an example because I realize that I sound like slightly crazy in my head, but like sometimes I'll be like, okay, I'll give you an example. This did not happen to me, but I'll give you an example of when this is like helpful. Okay,
Okay.
let's
Okay.
say, let's say you're like walking down the street and you just fall. Okay, you fall and you're just like, wow, I can't believe I just fell. In my head, I could be like, you didn't fall and keep on going. And who's going to tell me I did? I could just forget. I could change my mind. I'm like, I didn't fall. And I could convince myself I did not fall. Because why? Because that was embarrassing. I don't need to remember that. That's not good for me to remember that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can forget that. That's nice to know. Like, I can do that. Wait, do you do that? Or am I the only one who does that?
You know, I've never really thought about it, but I
Aileen,
guess
you have the power to remember what you want to remember and forget what you want. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if as long as you don't keep on bringing it up in your head, you could literally, because if you think about it, how many things do you really remember? Like fine details, do you really remember?
I
Not
don't.
a
I
lot.
don't.
From like 3 years ago, you're not gonna,
Mm-mm.
unless you like sit there and you're like, I'm cementing this memory in my head. I cannot believe I just fell right now. This is so embarrassing. I'm gonna think about it for the next 5 to 7 business days. You don't have to do that. You could literally be like, that didn't happen. And I do that a lot. I'm like, no one saw that. That didn't happen. And I just keep on going.
I'm gonna try that one day.
You should. It is honestly one of the better things that I've learned about my brain where I'm just like, okay, well, at least we have that. Delete, backspace, delete. Okay, we're not gonna remember that one. Do not save to file. Yeah, no, we're not documenting that one. Yeah, so I was like, oh, good. So other people do that because that was in the book. Why would you write that in the book if I can do it? You know what I'm saying? So that was one of my other ones. And now I feel the need to bring that up in therapy to make sure that that is normal because, yeah. But yeah.
I'm
And then the
sure it
last
is
one.
normal, Jake. Don't worry.
I'm sure, you know what? I don't know. What is normal? You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Normal's
That's
fine.
up for debate anyway. You know what I'm saying? I can do what I want with my brain. It's fine. And then my last one was the more that you mention your struggles, the more that they'll pop up, which I was like, that is true because at one point I was, and this was like during the pandemic where like my anxiety was like cracking off, like, phew, I was like, that was bad. And I felt like all I kept on talking about was being anxious. And then all I was anxious. And I was like, and I felt like the more I focused on it, the worse it got. And I was just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
this is not what I want. And I know like at times when I'm like, okay, fine, you're anxious, but don't give it too much energy. Like, let it go. Like, just don't focus on it. I feel like it's been really helpful for me. And so I'll like try not to like speak on like too many things that I'm like, I don't want to struggle about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll block it out of my brain. I'm like that again because I can do that with my brain. I don't have to remember if I don't want to. I don't have to talk about it because that's not true. That's not real. Okay, we're focused on the good stuff, not on that. So,
Right, right.
yeah, those are my those are my things. You can cast them away. That's what I wrote down. Cast them away, which yeah, that's
You're
what I
like,
got.
yep. I could just imagine you like walking, listening to this, and like writing stuff down as
I
you're walking.
literally listen. Me and my notepad go together real bad. Okay, so yeah, the notes app. Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's what I was doing. I was writing them down. So those are all the ones that I had written down because I was like, ooh, that is good. But I would definitely re-listen to it all over again. I thought it was good.
yeah. I I think as long as you like take the stuff from the book that I think you resonate with, I like I said, I love that there are different sections to it. Because, right now, maybe I'm focused on being successful and having prosperity, right?
Hmm.
But then later on down the road, I need to focus on something else, on forgiveness. Then you can kind of like jump to different ones, right? And I think it's just kind of you come back and like rethink about what you need and go from there. And I'm, listen, so I'm going to try this now. I'm adding it to my morning routine.
Yeah, I think it would be good to, have in rotation. I think it's good. I think, it'll also like help you to get to say affirmations, because you
Yeah,
don't like saying them.
because I think I don't like saying them because I don't really, how do I say this? I don't know what to say. Like, I am happy. I am
Yeah.
beautiful. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. It's also, you know what? I forgot where I heard this too, but it's like you can't say don't say affirmations that you don't believe. Like
right.
if you don't fully believe it, then it's just like it's a waste of your time. So I think maybe definitely pick the affirmations that you're like, yeah, literally that's me. I think that'll help. But
I just
um
feel like these are like more powerful. But what I'm
yeah,
gonna do is pick a few that I I guess really resonate with me or things that I'm gonna make myself believe.
yes.
And I'm gonna
Do you
I'm
write them on your
gonna
mirror? Write them on your mirror or
write them
like
on
put
the
a little
mirror.
post-it note. That's what I do. Aileen, I am chaotic
Dang.
because Aileen, I will stand. Oh, listen to me. I literally at one point had affirmations. It was like a 4-page affirmation thing. I wake up in the morning, look at it, pick out like 7 to 10 affirmations, look myself in the eye and say the affirmations. And I'm like, now go out there and get it. And I will, because why not? So yeah, try it. It's fun. Why not?
Okay, but you pick new ones. We're gonna listen. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna pick affirmations that really resonate with us.
Yes.
And for the next month, every single day,
Okay.
we need to say them, either at night, in the morning, whatever.
Listen, Aileen, you ain't said nothing but a word. That is not a problem. Okay. Because I was already thinking I was going to do that. Cause I have um, like a vision board
Uh-huh.
on the back of my door where my anxiety toolbox is also located. It's an entire door, just filled with stuff. But I will bring it into the bathroom and like put a little post-it note in the mirror and we'll bring it back and I'll do it with you for a month And it's the beginning of the month, so what a great time to do it. And it's the Saturn retrograde, so I need to be focusing on the things that I want anyway. So like let's just, go, full speed
Okay.
ahead.
So in 4 episodes, we're going to revisit this and we're going
Yes.
to tell everyone if what has changed
We'll
and
say the
if,
affirmations that we chose too. We had to
yeah,
choose. Yeah. Okay.
we'll say the affirmations that we chose. It could be however many you want, however, if you just want one, doesn't matter.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about the different changes and things and kind of why we chose them.
Okay. Yes, I'm
Yes.
hyped. We can do this as the final wrap up for our mental health era. Like when we do like the wrap up episode, we
Okay.
can like talk. Oh, Aileen, yes. I'm going to send you a text message so that I can remember that I said we were going to do that.
Okay. Okay. Because I think it'll be interesting because we read about this stuff and we're like, yeah, 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 we should do it. So let's commit. We'll put ourselves
Yes.
to the test for our listeners, and if it works, we're gonna come back and tell them the story.
We're going to tell them the story regardless because if it failed, we're going to be like, yeah, so that one
It
didn't hit
sucked.
like the way.
Go back to Jade's
Yeah.
anxiety toolbox and
Yeah.
her post-it notes.
Yes. So, okay, that sounds like a plan. Final episode, discuss affirmations.
Yes, yes. I think that'll be good.
Okay.
That'll be listen, we're gonna do this for you guys. We're gonna see if it works. Do it for ourselves. Do it for you guys.
Pick
And
ones, pick good one, like pick really good one. Now I feel like I need to re-listen to it all over again. And I feel like listeners, if you want to do it with us too, we're going to do a 1 month challenge of affirmations. That sounds nice. We could all do it
yes,
together.
let's all do it together. And Jade, what is our email? I don't even know.
Conceptwellbeing at gmail.com. It's
And
just a
email
name.
us
Yeah.
and let us know how it's changed for you, if anything happened, and we can talk about them.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is conceptuals a word?
Conceptual?
Yeah.
Yeah. Conceptual is a word.
Okay. Should that be the name of our listeners? Like conceptuals? Like, because, or no, that not a hit, not a hit. Okay. I'll
Not a
keep working
hit.
on it. That's fine. That's fine. Sometimes, sometimes you shoot and you miss and that's okay. Okay. I was
I
like,
love
wait,
that
is
you
that
keep
a
trying.
good word? We're gonna have, I don't like calling the people that listen to our podcast listeners. Like it just feels so,
I know, because I feel like they're more like our friends. Like they're
yeah,
sitting on the couch with us
yeah. Like,
and we are just like chatting. I literally envision my apartment and we're all just sitting around on my couch with Spotify playing in the back
just
and
having, yeah,
eating
a good
like
old time.
guac, salsa, and some chips.
Period. Period. That's exactly the vibes. That's exactly the vibe. With a little candle, a little non-toxic candle going on. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yup.
Exactly.
Yup. Okay,
That's
well,
it.
conceptuals is not a good idea. That's fine. We'll cross that one off the list, but we will continue to should friends, we'll just call you friends for
We're
now.
calling you friends for now.
Yeah, we'll just call you friends for now. But yeah, friends, listen to or say some affirmations. Listen to the audiobook or read the book first. It's what is it called again, Aileen?
It's Your Word is Your Wand. You could listen to it free on Spotify, or you can get a book. I, to be honest, I listened to it on Spotify,
I did too.
and it's just a lot to listen to, and then you have to take notes like Jay did. I didn't. I was like cleaning my house, listening to it, and I was like, "Ooh, this one's good. Ooh, that one's
Mm-hmm.
good." But I actually, what is this book called? Let me turn on my flashlight again because I love to sit in the dark. So I actually got the complete works of Florence Scovel Shinn, and it includes The Game of Life and How to Play It, which is the book that Jade and I talked about prior. The second one is Your Word is Your Wand, which is this last one with affirmations. Then it has two more. So it's The Secret Door to Success and The Power of the Spoken Word. And I would say I would recommend getting this because you get both the two books that we talked about. I can't tell you about the other ones, but it lays it out nicely for the affirmation. So Jade, if you need photos, you let me know and
Okay.
it might be easier that way. But
I think
um,
we
I
should
like
read.
listening to it though, but reading it, I think re makes it stick in my brain.
Yeah, I think it depends on, how you like to take in your information. Cause I'm a podcast person. Like I will listen to a podcast like
Over and over.
yeah, like I'm a podcast listener. I like to read too, but like to be fair, I only like to read like romance books. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I'm like not as deep as you think I am. I that's it. I only like to read books where people fall in love. Other than that, like I would prefer to listen to a podcast. So, um yeah. So I think it just depends on however you want to take in information, whichever way sticks with you. But I think the next book that because I mean, we're already halfway through the little bundle set. Like, we might as well, finish it up, wrap it up. Um,
Okay, okay.
and I think the one about success would be a good one to read or listen to when we get into talking about work.
Okay.
And yeah, we can run that. I think that sounds nice.
Okay. We can read The
Yeah.
Secret Door to Success.
We'll see how that one goes. We'll see. But okay. Um, is there anything else that you would like to say to our friends for the episode? See? See, I just needed something to call them. That's it.
I like it. I like it. Okay.
Friends honestly sounds natural to me. Honestly, it's probably gonna stick. I think so.
I like it. I like it.
Unless I think of something more iconic than that. Because conceptuals,
You
I
will.
was
You
like,
will.
"Ooh, Jay, does that eat?" And you said, the thing is, you didn't say anything. The silence was loud, though. I said, so no, that's fine. Anyways, go ahead, Aileen. Final words of wisdom from Aileen. My bad. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say if you like affirmations, if you do them, continue to do them. If not, join our little challenge and let's see where it takes us.
Period. Per. And that's that on that. Okay, friends, with that being said, we hope that you have a good day or a good night, and we hope that you are well. Bye.
Bye.